Hey everyone, I welcome you all to the short quick revision lectures for CMA inter students. As the exams are coming near, well everybody is in search of the short revision tips which will make the chapter very easy. Now talking about this video, I've tried to cover your entire transportation chapter in the most convenient manner and I've taken some important concepts in this. Now remember one thing, transportation chapter places, the role is very important in your paper. If you see the trend, transportation sums are coming in the examinations. For that matter, if you have come across the model question paper released by the institute, transportation sums are being asked. Okay, but if you compare it with assignment chapter, transportation is a bit complex. The calculation is a bit tricky. Okay, so I've tried to solve it in the most easiest manner. Now, what exactly is transportation? Remember the allocation. You have to allocate something, and the allocation is one to many. It is not one to one as you have done it in assignment. Okay, now, transportation can be solved by various methods. It is not only one method. There are various methods. Sir, what are these methods? The first method is northwest corner method. The second method is least cost method. And the third method, which you know, that is Vogel's approximation method. Now, the first question which I have taken is based on these three methods. Okay. So, everybody has to solve it with me. Remember, just solve these couple of questions. Your transportation chapter will be rock solid. Okay. So first, we will solve it by northwest corner method. What we have to do, we have to simply allocate the units. What is the meaning of northwest? The left hand side, the west hand side. Okay. Of the matrix, obviously. Now, in this matrix, what is the top left? That is 10 number. You have to allocate units, whichever is less. So it will be 10 or 60. The answer will be what? 10. The answer will be 10. The moment you give 10, the row will be exhausted because the supply is exhausted. The moment it is exhausted, can you please find out what is the next number which is on the left hand side? 13 number. How much you allocate? 20 or 60? No, boss, it is not 60. Out of 60, 10 is already gone. So it is 20 or 50. How much you will give? You will give 20 over here. So I mean this is gone now. Next, the number is 4, the west number. Okay, 4 number. How much you allocate? 30. How much is remaining? 30. So it doesn't make any sense, right? 30 only, but even this will be exhausted, even this will be exhausted because both are exhausted, supply also, demand also. Now you tell me what is the left hand number, the west number. 7. How much you allocate? 40 or 60? Sir, it will be 40. Sir, it will be 40. So when this is gone, and 40 is gone now. Now you tell me what is the number. So it is 12. 50 or 60. So 160, it will not be 60. So out of 60, 40 is already gone. So only 20 is remaining. You will give how much? 20. So this is done. Column will be exhausted. Now, what is the number? Next number, 5. How much you give to 5? Please tell me. Out of 50, 20 is already gone. So 30 is remaining, 30 and 20. This will be 20. The moment I give 20, this will be exhausted. And last number is remaining 19 and it will be allocated 10. This is your northwest corner method. Simply identify the number which is on the left hand side, the west hand side, and then allocate the unit whichever is less. Okay. Now, on the same matrix, we will perform the least cost method. Okay. Now, as the name suggests, you have to identify the least shipping cost over there. You tell me in the whole matrix which is the least shipping cost. Sir, it is 0. Very simple. For 0, how much you allocate? Sir, we'll allocate 10, whichever is less. The moment you allocate 10, this will be exhausted. Now let's find out the least number out of the matrix. What is remaining? I think it is 4. I think it is 1. So in 1, how much you allocate? Out of 40, 10 is already gone. And 20 is here. So how much you allocate? Sir, we'll allocate 20 over here. So when this is gone, when this is exhausted now. Sir, the next number which is less, that thing, I think it is 3. Okay. So out of 3, 50 is there, 60 is there. How much you allocate? How much you allocate? Sir, 50. So this is also gone now. 50 also gone. Next is 4. How much you allocate? 30 or out of 60, 50 already gone. Huh? So only 10 is remaining. Only 10 is remaining. So how much you allocate? 10. Now even this is exhausted. Now what is the number? It is 7. For 7 number, see, for 7 number, for this number, see, out of 40, 20, 10 is already gone. Now only 10 is remaining. And what is remaining down? It is 60. So how much I'll give? I'll give 10. The moment I give 10, this will be exhausted. Now tell me what is the number? It is 9. For 9, how much I'll give? 20 or out of 60, 10 is gone. So 50. So I'll give 20, whichever is less. So even this is gone, 20 is gone now. Now 2 numbers remaining, 20 and 15. For 50, how much I'll give? 15, how much I'll give? 30 Now out of 30, 10 is gone. So 20 and how much remaining over here? 30. So I'll give 20. This will be 20. If this is gone, this will be exhausted. Now only one number is remaining. Only one number is remaining. 20. How much you'll give? Please tell me. 10 or even 10 is here. So only 10 will remain, and this is your answer for least cost method. Okay. Remember one thing. VAM is there. VAM, so we have to compute only row penalty, column penalty. But remember, these two methods are very important. Northwest corner method, least cost method is very simple. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll solve this VAM in the next question, because the next question which I've taken is completely of VAM. Okay. One question you have to do, and this question consists of everything. There is VAM method and there is loop concept also in this. Okay, everybody with me, just solve this method. I think you will be in a better position to do it. I'll also tell you what are the other methods, what the other concepts in transportation. But I think if you solve northwest corner method, least cost method, and VAM for revision, you might be able to take over that chapter. Okay, chalo. A company spending rupees 1000 on transportation of its units from 3 plants to 4 distribution centers. Okay. Supply demand is given to you, and we have to allocate by transportation. Can we start this? Chalo. Now pay attention, solve properly one question. Step number 1. So what is step number 1? First of all, we have to find out whether the problem is a cost or not, because VAM applies for minimization problems. The main agenda is to minimize the cost. Okay, so given data is a cost matrix, so you can just write down as the given problem is a cost matrix, therefore problem is for minimization. Okay, simple. Step number 1. Now step number 2. So what we have to do in step number 2? We have to check whether it is balanced or not. Now please, ladies and gentlemen, don't go and find out or you saw number of rows and number of columns. No, that is an assignment. What you have to do over here, you have to check the total of what? Demand and supply. यहाँ पे availability and requirement. 7, 10, 18 and 8, 7, 15. Just check out what is the total. 7 plus 10 plus 18. It is 35, and see this total. 5 plus 8 plus 7 plus 15. Is it 35? Yes, it is 35. So the problem is balanced. Please do not check up, because in the flow you will go and check rows and columns. That is an assignment. So as total of availability is equal to total of requirement, that is 35, therefore problem is balanced. You can write the entire thing. See, the main agenda of this videos are to give a quick recap of the important concept. We'll be putting on tons of videos on this, okay, before your exam is there, basically in this coming week. Okay, so you can just put down the comments of whatever you want. Okay, it might be FM, OPM for that matter, audit for that matter, or any accounts, costing, law, anything. Important concepts. See, what we have observed is that rather than watching long marathons for 10, 10, 12, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, because you know precisely what is the chapter, but you need that one concept. Okay, that makes up the entire chapter, and that's what we are trying to do it over here. Okay, so if you want anything, you just put it down in the comment box. Okay, so step number 3, and which is the most important, everybody needs to pay attention. Initial solution by VAM. Initial solution by VAM. Vogel's approximation method. Very easy. First, what we do, just copy down the matrix first. Okay, copy down the matrix first. 19, next is 70, 40, 30, 30, 10, 50, 40, 60, 12, 60, 20. Okay, also units, please write down. Availability and requirement. How much is this? 5, 7, 5, 8, 7 and 15, and availability is 7, 10, 18. Okay, now we have to start computing something called as row penalty, column penalty. Everybody pay attention. If any student is they think this is much complex, row penalty, then U plus V test, just remain calm, just stay with me. Okay, now you tell me, what is the meaning of row penalty? Row penalty as in choose, see, this is row, the horizontal, and vertical is what? Column. Row penalty is, please pick up the least number, that is what, 12, and pick up the next number which is just ahead of it. And what is that? 19. And then you have to write down the difference of 19 and 12. That is called a row penalty. So please tell me, this will be how much? 7. Now you find out the other thing. Sir, the next thing what we think is 30 and the next number is 40. This will be 10. Yes. Next is 10 and next number is 20. Even this will be 10. Okay. So same do with this for column penalty also. Please do it. 40 minus how much? 19. 40 minus 90. How much is this? 21. Next, 10 and 30. This will be how much? 20. 40 and 50. 10. And this will be 20 and 12. This will be how much? 8. I've done this. 7, 10, 10, 21, 20, 10 and 8. So okay, done. Now what to do ahead? Pick up the highest penalty amongst everything. I think it is 21. See, the moment you freeze 21, don't look here and there. Don't look here and there. Just watch that column. 21 is freeze. 21 is freeze now. You have to only watch this column. Out of 21, which is the least number in cost? Least number in cost. Sir, I think it is 19. Yes. 19. How much you will allocate? Units. 7 or 5? Sir, whichever is less. 5. The moment I write 5 over there, this requirement will be exhausted. It will be exhausted, gone. I have allocated now. The moment I allocate something, I have to compute the opposite penalty. If I cross the column, I have to compute row penalty. Sir, one sec. This means if you would have crossed row, you would have computed column. Yes. Now what we'll do? Now column is gone. Now compute what? Row penalty again. Number, same logic. Number is what? Chota, 12. Uske aage 30. So how much you write? 18. Next, 30, 40, 10. Next, 10, 20, 10. Now wait. Now see what is the highest number. 18, 10, 10. And what is remaining down? 20, 10 and 8. So highest number is 20, 20. The moment you see 20, only freeze that column. Freeze it. Acha. So what is the least number? 10. How much you have to allocate? 18 or 8. Tell me what is, how much you allocate? Sir, very simple. Whichever is less. 8. Again. What is exhausted? Oh, sorry. What is exhausted? 8. 8 will be exhausted. Right. 8 will be exhausted. Again column is gone. Now what you will do? Again I have to compute row penalty. Check now whether number are there are what to compute row penalty. Sir, there are two numbers I can compute. This and this. Tell me 12 minus 50. How much this will be? 38. 40 minus 60, 20. 20 minus 60, 40. Now tell me what is the highest number? 38, 20, 40 and 10 and 8. So I think the highest is 38. Yes, very good. Now you have to, no one said highest is 40. Highest is 40. My bad. Now you have to freeze the row now. In this row, see you have freeze the row. In this row, what is the smallest number? 60 or 20? So it is 20. It is 20. How much I'll give? 20. You only tell me. 18 or 15? Sir, how 18? Out of 18, you have already given 8. 10 is only remaining. 10 or 15? How much I'll give? I'll give 10 to this. The moment I give 10 to this, what will be exhausted? Ade baba, row will be exhausted. Now if I just cancel the row, tell me one thing, what is the next step? Computation of column penalty. This and this. Numbers are there, yes, numbers are remaining. 40, 50, how much? 10. And how much is this? 48. Now you tell me what is the highest number. Obviously it's 48 only. Now tell me 48, you have to freeze that column. Two numbers are there, 12 and 60. What is the least number? 12. How much you will give? Out of 7, 5 is gone. 2 is remaining and 15. So obviously you will give how much? 2. If you give 2 over here, this will be exhausted. Only one number. Acha, so row is gone now. You have to compute column penalty. But I don't think you will be able to compute column penalty because there is no number left only over there. One second. Can we compute? No, we cannot compute. So only two numbers are remaining. 40 and 60. How to give? Put it arbitrary. Arbitrary as a least number first. Only two numbers are there, no? So for 40, how much you will give? Please tell me for 40, how much you will give? 10 or 7, you will give 7 over here, whichever is less. And for 60, how much you will give? 3. This will obviously match the matrix. Are you understanding this? Solve this once again, you will be able to do it. Like if you were to do it, transportation is nothing. Okay. But is the sum over? No boss, sum is not over. Sum is not over. Sir, how to find out whether this solution is feasible or not? Feasible or not? See. Number of basic cells, number of basic cells is equal to m plus n minus 1. So what is basic cell? I'll tell you in the most informal language, casual language. Wherever there is a allocation, that is nothing but basic cell. जिसके ऊपर डब्बा है वो basic cell है, जिसके ऊपर डब्बा नहीं है वो basic cell नहीं है. Where there is no allocation, that is not a basic cell. So you tell me how many are basic cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sir, there are 6 basic cells. And what is m plus n minus 1? M stands for row, n stands for column. Sir, I think there are 4 rows and there are 3 columns. So 6 is equal to 6. Yes, the solution is feasible. Therefore, solution is feasible. Done. Very good job. Now, step number 4, which is the most important step, and that is what? That is what? U plus V test. U plus V test, also called as optimality test. Also called as optimality test. Now, this is important. You have to stay with me, okay? Please copy down the matrix first. 19, 70, 40, 30, 30, 10, 50, 40, 60, 12, 60 and 20. Okay. Now you tell me, you have to also write down the basic cell, wherever you have put in. Just put over here. How much was this? 5. Next, this was, how much was this? 8. This was 8. Next, यहाँ पे 7. Next, यहाँ पे it was 2. Next, it was 3. And this was 10. I hope this is right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Chalo. Now we have to start doing what? U plus V. See, U1 is equal to, U2 is equal to, U3 is equal to, V1 is equal to, V2 is equal to, V3 is equal to, V4 is equal to. Depending on the requirements, you have to write U1 and V1. Okay. Now, we have to fill up the gaps of U1 and V1 or V2, V3. But you have to start with some number, right? You always start with what? 0. You need one number. How you are supposed to compute? Now, everybody pay attention, please. So, how to fill up these gaps? The first condition. U plus V must be equal to cost, but this should be only performed for what? Basic cells. Have you got this in your mind? Wherever there is a basic cell, for that you need to complete this one condition. U plus V must be equal to cost. U plus V must be equal to cost. Chalo, we start, and that too for basic cell. Now see, pay attention. In the first, this is a basic cell. So why basic cell and dabba na upar? Basic cell. You tell me one thing. This 19 number, and वहाँ पे U1 कितना है? U1 is how much? 0. 0 plus what is 19? So 19 only, no? Yes. You have to complete that way only. U plus V must be equal to cost. 0 plus what? 19. 0 plus what? Sorry. 0 plus 19 is 19. Okay. Now you tell me there is one more basic cell upar. There is one more basic cell over here. See, in the first line. This 12. 0 plus what is 12? Sir, very simple. What you are telling? 0 plus 12 is 12. 0 plus 12 is 12. Now can you compute it? Now U2 is remaining. See, now once you have got this 12, you can also compute one thing. 12 plus what is 20? 12 plus what is 20? So very simple. 12 plus 8 is 20. See again, 12 plus what is 60? 12 plus what is 60? I don't understanding. 12 plus 48 is 60. I think you are left with V2, V3. You tell me one thing. V2 is here and U3 is there. 8 plus what is 10? So 8 plus 2 is 10. And what is V3? 48 and 40. 48 minus what is 40? 48 minus 8 is 40. See whether you can do this. Very simple. U plus V, you have to just match the figures. U plus V must be equal to what? Is equal to cost for all the basic cell. But is the solution optimal? No. That we have to follow one more condition. What is that condition? Pay attention. This is a loop question. Pay attention, please. Now, U plus V minus cost must be less than or equal to 0 for all the non-basic cells. Where there is no allocation, where there is no dabba. For that you need to compute now. Sir, one sec. And ladies and gentlemen, Solution will be optimal only when it is less than or equal to 0. This means the answer has to come negative only, or 0, or 0. If it comes positive, then the loop concept starts. Okay, now pay attention please. I'll tell you one more concept. If your solution, u plus v minus cost, if it is less than 0, the solution is optimal and it is a unique solution. But if the solution is u plus v minus cost is equal to 0, even that is okay. Solution is optimal, but it is not unique. Alternate solution exists in that situation. Which situation? The u plus v is equal to cost, is equal to 0. Now, what we have to try is, or what we have to check is, one by one try to complete, one by one. Chalo, first we'll start. Only for non-basic cell. See the first one, 30. So 0 plus 2, 2 minus 30 is minus, forget. Minus 8, 0, minus, that is minus only answer. 48 plus 19, how much is 48 plus 19? Is 67 minus 70 is 0, very good. Or 48 plus 2 is 50, minus 30 is positive, oh my god. So यहाँ पे it is positive. यहाँ पे it is positive. So it is not optimal, finish. Now again you have to see the last line, 19 plus 8, 27 minus 40 negative, done. 60, 8 minus 8, 0 minus 60, done. So only one is positive, but that is going to eat up your life now. Because if this is not optimal, then what you are supposed to do? Are baba, next concept of loop is going to come. How you are supposed to draw the loop? Pay attention, please. So you are supposed to draw. I'll do it in here only. You are supposed to draw the loop from where the highest positive number is there. But eventually we have only one number over here. Your loop will start from there, and make sure when you are drawing a loop, your loop has to, the angles has to be all basic cells only basic cells has to touch. Okay, can you please draw a loop over here? This is very simple, sir. We will start from here and we will go straight over here, then we will go over here, and then like this we will draw. See, all the three corners are basic cells. Yes, then you will allocate signs. How will you allocate signs? Plus, from where you have started, plus, then opposite sign, minus, plus, minus. So what to do next? Where this minus sign, pick up the least quantity. What is least quantity? So I think it is 3. And this 3 quantity you have to add or less according to the sign. So what I'll do is I'll write it once again. Pay attention. So 1 second. 19, 70, 40, 30, 30, 10, 50, 40, 60, 12, 60 and 20. Okay. Now you tell me the minus sign, the least quantity was 3. You have to add it where the plus sign was there. You have to subtract it where minus sign was there. So you tell me one thing. What is your new? See, will I touch this number? No, it does not come under loop. I will not touch that also. I'll write as it is. I will write as it is 5. Next, what I'll write as it is. So this 7 also will write as it is. That was not coming there in the corner. And what else you will write? So this also I'll write 2, 2. This was not coming in the corner. Okay, done. Next, now see what I'll do. 30 plus was there. How much plus I'll do? That number. 3 I will do over there. 3. Okay. Now, this 60 is now 60. See, this 60 is there, no? 1 second. I'll just scroll it over here. See, this 60 is now 60. Now 3 was 0. That will go now. 3 minus 3 will be 0. And what I'll do? See, this will be 10 plus 3. This will be 30. And one more is what? 8 minus 3. This will be 5. This will be 5. See, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are there. Now you have to perform. You have to perform what? U plus V again. And check whether it is optimal or not. U1, U1, U2 and U3. V1, V2, V3 and V4. 0. Start doing it. See, 0. This will be 19. 0 plus 19 is obviously 19. 0 plus 12 is 12. This will be how much? 8. 12 plus 8 is 20. Next, what will 8 plus 2 is 10. Next, what figures we will check? You can check here is 12 is done. 40 is done. and 10 is done, and what is remaining? U2 is remaining and V3 is remaining. Can you compute U2 and V3? U2 and V3. Can you compute U2 and V3? Just try to check it on your own. Then I'll write in 1 minute. So you will copy paste this only. U2 and V3. If V2 is 2, how much you will put over here? You will put 28 only. 28 plus 2 is 30. And if that is there, how much you will write on 40? 28 plus what is 40? Please tell me. 28 plus what is 40? 12. Okay. 20 plus 12 is 40. Now check for all the non-basic cell whether U plus V minus cost is less or equal to 0. See, first for the non-basic cell, we start with 30. So 0 plus 2 minus 30 minus 12 plus 0, 12 minus 50 minus. See, 19 plus 28, where is my calculator? 19 plus 28, 47 minus 70, that is also minus. 60, 12, 28 plus 12, 40 minus 60, that is also negative. 19 plus 8, 27 minus 40 is negative. And 12 plus 8, 20 minus 6 negative. So now your solution is what? You have to write down this. I'm just telling you the concept. But this is concept is there. And if this again had to come positive, you have to again draw a loop. So you can write over here as for all non-basic cells, U plus V minus cost is less than or equal to 0. Therefore, solution is optimal. Finish. Question is over. Now, last step, step number 5. Step number 5. What is this? Your transportation schedule. That you can do on your own also, because this is nothing but what? This is nothing but just allocation, okay? Okay, I'll try to do it. Please, P1, P2, P3, P1, one sec. First I'll do one thing. This was plants and this, no? Plants and distribution centers. So plants, distribution centers. Next you have your quantity and you have your cost, and here you have your I'll write one thing. I'll write price per unit, and then I'll write cost. So here's two allocation, okay? P1 was allocated to D1, P2 was D2, P3 was D2, P1 was D4, P2 was D3, and P3 was D4. If you just quantity, I'll write the quantity also. 5, 3, 5, 2, 7, 13. Price was 19, 30, 10, 2, 40 and 20. This is already there. I just do calculation, okay? I'm just doing it for you. 95, 90, 50, 24, 280 and 260. Your final answer was 799. Now, remember one thing. This is not a final answer, by the way. Because you know why? In the question, what they are telling you is the company is spending how much? 1000 right now. And because of your allocation, how much you have tried to manage? You have tried to manage how much? 799. So how much is the savings? How much is the savings? 1000 minus 799. Your answer will be rupees 201. This is the savings if they have asked you in the question. Okay. Remember one thing. In transportation, you need to be well versed with VAM calculation, which I have done. You can watch this video again. Short video which will be covering your entire transportation chapter, okay? And what all questions can they ask in transportation? So one question can come if the question is not balanced. The total of demand and supply is not balanced. You have to insert what? Dummy row or dummy column according to what the requirement. And next steps are same. What if, one more thing. What if the given question is profit matrix? Because this method applies only for cost matrix. If it is profit matrix, you have to convert, take the biggest number, subtract it from everywhere, and that will be converted into your cost matrix. Are you understanding this? Chalo, okay. I'll be putting up these short videos once again for FM also, for audit also. You can just comment down in the description box. In the comment box, you can just comment whatever you want. That according to it, I will start posting the videos. Okay. Thank you so much and best of luck for your paper. Thank you.